I'm Bob Hugger with Advanced Agri-Solutions. I'm the production manager here at Kettlersville, and we're launching our new PCT brand, which is Progressive Crop Technology. We're developing some new products that will improve farmers' efficiency and improve the herbicides that they're using. One of the new products that we're looking at is AMS-DG, which is a drift guard material. When glyphosate is sprayed, it needs to only hit glyphosate-resistant crops. This drift guard allows us to spray when conditions may tend to, material may drift. So we're looking at this drift guard material when we're spraying with our big rigs. We have another AMS product called AMS Gold. It is a liquid ammonium sulfate that is used in conjunction with glyphosate. We've done a lot of research the last 6 years with the advent of all the glyphosate-resistant crops that are out there. There are a number of products that we mix with glyphosate that improve the performance of it. We're developing this fall. We're also going to be developing a new product. The advent of triple and quadruple stack corn, the stalks out there stay for 2, 3, 4 years in some instances, and farmers are having difficulty the following year planting a crop into it. There's excessive tire wear. So one of the products we're going to be developing and launching this fall will be a stalk melt that will be sprayed on corn stalks that will help degrade them and return back to the soil the nutrients that's held in those stalks. What we're trying to do, especially we're working in a number of counties with key farmers that are looking at reducing the amount of fertilizer or phosphate load that is put on the soil because of certain conditions. Let's say the ground is erodible, or there's, let's say, a lake or a pond close by that they want to make sure they don't get any excess of phosphates in there. So we're reducing the amount of phosphates that we're putting on the soil, and we're doing more on the foliar end, or spraying the nutrients that the plant needs to grow and for optimum results. Well, we are then just putting it on foliar, therefore it doesn't end up in the streams or into the ponds or lakes. We started here virtually 6 years ago. This whole facility was a warehouse. There was no production here at all. And we have taken current literature and research and then applied it to the farmers in this part of Ohio. We historically would spray manganese on our soybeans because we have manganese deficient soybeans, and with the advent of Roundup Ready and glyphosate ready soybeans, there is an increased amount of manganese deficiency. So we've taken that knowledge, we've developed products that are chelated, 100% chelated, that can mix with glyphosate. Glyphosate actually is a chelating agent, so if there's manganese or calcium or iron in the water, it ties up with the glyphosate, and that does two things that are not good. One, the nutrient that you want to get into the plant doesn't get in. The manganese is deficient. The iron can be deficient in certain soils. And then the other thing is the glyphosate gets tied up and it does not perform as well as it should. So we have taken that knowledge and modified our products each year. They have evolved each year, and we are looking at continuing that evolution and making products that fit our situation. So all of our materials are essentially localized for this part of the world. And instead of doing a shotgun approach that somebody, let's say out in Iowa, that works well in Iowa, doesn't necessarily work well here. We have developed products specifically for the wheat farmers. We developed a product this year for the soybean farmer that has decided that they're going to plant soybeans instead of drill them. We have developed a soybean starter this year for those farmers that want to add starter fertilizer to their soybeans. The specifics of different crops that we have hay farmers or alfalfa farmers that we've developed a specific foliar program for increased tonnage of alfalfa hay. We are also working with those farmers that are growing specialized soybeans, either non-GMO or food-grade soybeans, and we have modified our programs to meet those needs of those particular varieties of soybeans. The biggest thing that we're trying to improve on is the efficiency of growing crops in this part of the world so that the farmer can maximize his yield and keep his cost down at a reasonable level. We've got certain farmers that will want to be in a Corn Growers Association contest, and then they'll spend whatever money is needed, okay, to grow 30 acres at top yield. That may not be the most efficient way of growing 2,000 acres of soybeans. So we're looking at making sure that the fertilizer that they put on is used and not just left, let's say, on the ground and not being efficient in that year's crop. When we say localized, I guess our localized is getting bigger and may get bigger in the future. So we've adapted some of our fertilizers for this part of Ohio, up into Indiana, 4 or 5 counties in. We actually have a customer out in Iowa, and we adjusted the foliar feed for their conditions out there because they need more iron in their mix. We don't need as much iron in ours. So we are adapting and adopting what we need to do for specific crops as well as the region. So, and when we go to southern Ohio, we adjust our fertilizers for down there too. Many of the farmers we deal with have agronomy backgrounds. They're college educated. They have changed with the times. For them, if I'm talking about chelating with EDTA, they understand it fully. Some of the older farmers that maybe have been farming 40 years, they just come to us and say what works and what doesn't work. So there's all kinds of levels of education that we're dealing with, and we try to accommodate and meet the specific needs of each of those farmers. Some farmers would like us to call on them once a year. Some wants us once a week. So, and we try to identify those farmers and meet those needs. Fortunately, we are expanding our territory immensely. We have customers now in Michigan. We'll go all the way up to the thumb of Michigan with some of our customers that we're making specific foliar fertilizers for. Like I said, we've got customers that we deal with in Iowa. We've got customers all the way down to the river down by Cincinnati. So we are working with key customers in all of those areas and adapting the products for them. The customers that we work with and the products that we're making is right for the customer and right for them, that we are trying to adapt regardless of the size of their operation. We have customers that come in and they need 10 gallons of product, and we supply them in 10-gallon sizes. And then we have customers that are taking 4,000 gallons of fertilizer at a time. So whatever the farmer needs, we try to make it right for them. If there are customers out there that have questions, or they've read an article, let's say, in a magazine that somebody has tried something, some of our best ideas come from our customers. They've wanted a product, like I said earlier, that would like to break down corn stalks. So we developed a product that has, we're actually putting fungi and bacteria in solution and spraying it with some fertilizer on stalks to break them down. So they can call us. Kettlersville, this facility is always open. If a farmer wants to stop in, I gave 2 tours yesterday. So one gentleman from Nebraska had stopped in with a relative, and they wanted a tour of the facility. So everybody is welcome here. If farmers would like more information, they can contact us on our website. They can call us here at Kettlersville, or they can send me an email personally and I'll respond back.